Hello everybody, here we are again with another Dokkan battle video. And today, we are actually looking at the Pikkon and Janemba dual Dokkanfest banners. Just dropped a few minutes ago, and they're actually better than you would think they are. So, I mean, I still would recommend skipping overall. But let's go ahead and take a look at the banners and see if there's anyone that might pique your interest. I'm sure for a lot of people they will. As you can notice below, it is only, it's not like a 10 featured unit banner. I believe it's only about 7 or 8 featured units, which is actually insane. That's very, very good, which is compared to like what we thought was going to be a 10 featured unit banner. We're all very thankful for it. So the new Pikkon. We're going to go over the banner units and actually talk about them a little bit, and if you want to skip ahead, I'll think about putting a timestamp or something. I don't know. Okay, so this is Pikkon. Pikkon is very good. He has a very solid leader skill with the super class. His category is not the best thing ever, but I do like the 3 King 130% super class. He does a lot of things, and he doesn't require too much to get all those things done. But overall, I still feel like his links make things a little weak for him. He does have that support, but it is a little bit restricted. And he does a lot, but I don't think he really is like super fantastic at a single thing he does. He's kind of like a Dragon Ball trade in a sense. So I feel like he's definitely very skippable. If you want to summon for him, I could go ahead, but Anniversary is coming very soon, and I'd say even the Step Up banner is probably better to summon there. LR Gogeta is still amazing to this day. Very, very good. I feel like nowadays, even he's a little underrated. He's definitely better than Super Battle than you would think, and especially in the Fusion Saga stage, in the Fusion category stage of Extreme Super Battle. If you can get him to transform, and once he comes out, he is a big boy for sure. And his leader skill is still probably one of the most powerful leader skills in the game, being Fusion and Final Resorts, or Final Trump Card, whichever one it is. 150% across the board and 3 key. Very good. And, you know, he's just Gogeta. Very nice to have. Very strong unit. This is the third year LR Fusions. They've been featured a lot. They're still pretty good to this day. They're not, like, super great. They're kind of just cookie cutter. They're a little boring, but I feel like, you know, you definitely could find a lot of use of them in Super Battle Road. I feel like the leader skill is okay. It's not as good as it once was, obviously. They don't really do anything on their super attack animations, and you know, I feel like a lot of people have them at this point if you've been a longer term player, so it's kind of meh for me. Exchange Boo, they're good. As time passes on, they get worse and worse though. What's it called? The actual Super Boo at the end, he's actually insane, and Skinny Boo's actually not the worst thing either. Skinny Boo's pretty decent, but in the Fat Boo form, he's kind of underwhelming. He does damage, but that's really it. He doesn't really tank the best. You definitely want to get him to Super Brew or beyond to actually see the full use of him. But that's, you know, the thing with these multiple transformation units. A lot of the times the first form is just weak for no reason, honestly. Turles, actually, Turles hasn't been featured in quite a while, from what I recall. So if you're like a newer player, then, you know, Turles is definitely still a nice unit to have, especially starting off if you're trying to build a pure Saiyans team. It will give you that consistency, but he's definitely aged. He does have that slight debuff, I guess, if you want to do the punching bag event, but because of how old he is, you know, I don't really think that many people really need him. The best thing about him, I think, is his leader skill, even more than his support. Because there's so many supports going on nowadays, although it's great that he's all types key 3 and 40%. Movie Bosses still only has 2 leaders, and this guy is a very, very good leader for that team regardless. We do have Dragon Ball Super Broly, again, another Movie Bosses leader. He's aged pretty well. He's definitely one of the best AoEs for World Tournament, and he's also probably the best Movie Bosses leader and full power leader himself. So he overall just does a lot, I think, especially a lot of damage when he transforms. The thing that he's missing is defense. I feel like he could have a little more defense, and he has been featured a lot, so it's also kind of a miss. Blue Gogeta actually only have 1 copy of him, surprisingly, but I'm sure many of you have him rainbowed. He is still very good. He's aged better than the Broly, in my opinion, I feel like, overall as a unit. Especially after he transforms, but before transforming, he probably has a lot left to be desired. He does good damage, but it doesn't really tank the best, and the dodge chance is not very reliable. His leader skill, he's not the only movie heroes leader category leader anymore, but I mean, we do have the new Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, so it's pick and choose. Then we have STR Gogeta. STR Gogeta is pretty good, but he's very old, so I mean, yeah. And we do have the new Int Gogeta EZA that came out very recently, so this guy's kind of replaced sadly because they basically do the same thing, but I mean. This guy's not even though he's so old, he's not really that featured a lot. So I think it's a cool thing that he's featured. If you didn't grab him with your redstone or you don't have him rainbow, it could be a good choice for you. Overall, there is 8 feature units, I believe. Yeah, 8 feature units, and we're gonna do one multi on this banner. Just one, and we're gonna see if we get Pikkon first multi, because I'm not really gonna summon on this banner personally. Again, I feel like it's much smarter to save for the anniversary banners, and as you see right here, we are getting nothing. So take this as you will. Do not summon on these banners, please, if you're free to play. Do not summon on these banners. This is like don't summon. That's all I could say. You don't want to go on these banners. You're gonna get like, even if you don't get trash, it's just not worth it compared to what you can get in the anniversary. Look right there, I got absolute garbage. And we're gonna move on to the Janemba banner. Keep in mind also, these are 3+1s, so I wouldn't, if you're like spend some money like me, for example, or if you're obviously a big warrior, you're gonna summon, but if you spend a little money, I wouldn't say it's the worst thing to go ahead and actually at least get one rotation on these banners so you can get the free multi, but it's not really worth it. Janemba's banner, we're not going to really spend as much time on because it's basically the same thing as the Pikkon banner by reverse. Janemba's very good. I feel like he might be a little better than Pikkon, especially pre-transformation. The one thing is that he doesn't have any key links before transforming, which I feel like is not the worst thing because you do want to get 4 type key spheres with him anyways. And when you get the 4 type key spheres, he also gives 2 key and 30% to extreme class. So I feel like that's okay for me. It's just that, you know, he tanks a lot. That's really all I could say. The biggest thing is that he tanks and support, and he's also an extreme class leader with 3 key and 130%. His category is not the best again, but it's 170%, so you can let it slide. Post transforming, he does transform into Super Janemba. He does lose guard. He does get a lot of damage in return, however, and he still raises defense on super attack. So he can have very high defense, especially at level 10 big bad bosses, which, you know, he does have big bad bosses before and after transforming. So overall, I feel like because of that alone, he's probably better than the Pikkon. But I don't think necessarily it's a unit you want to chase for. He is tech as well. So Extreme Tech definitely needs help, and same with Pikkon being Super AGL, which also probably needs a little help in terms of the Extreme Super Battle Road Mono stages. But I feel like there's definitely better units out there that you could choose from. Like, this Geneva has a good base, it's just that he's not like absurd like other units could be. Like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta you could summon for, or for example the Frieza. I feel like Frieza's better. I feel like even Bojack's better, because they're more consistent. You kind of need to set these guys up. That's what I'm going to say. Vegito, I feel like, is slightly better than Gogeta still. Same thing with Gogeta. He's better in SPR than people think of. And once you get him to transform, he can do lots of damage. So that's pretty good. If you don't have them, I'd say the best thing you could do with them is grab them with red coins. These guys, same as the third year. Cookie Cutter, they could do a lot in terms of attack and defense, but that's really it. These guys are helped out by the fact that there is the STR LR Vegito, which basically these guys and him are almost best friends. They don't share every single link, but they share a good amount of links. So that's what helps this guy out compared to the physical one. Now the physical one could change in the future, but that's really it. Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, basically ain't Gotenks. He's good in Super Saiyan form. I say his base form leaves a lot to be desired. Same with the actual exchange boot. This guy's probably better defensively, although, and once you go Super Saiyan 3, he could do a lot, but he is turn restricted, and it takes 7 turns to get them. So I don't know. I mean, this guy's good, but he's not like, oh my god, so amazing. You know, same with exchange boot. This Trunks is a very good leader, and that's basically it. He does stack when he's transformed into Super Saiyan, and that third form you kind of rarely see it, and you really would want to transform into anyways. But this Trunks is still aged pretty well. I feel like he definitely has aged best out of, like, you know, Gogeta, Broly, Zamasu, and Trunks that kind of put on these banners a lot of the times. I feel like he's aged the best out of all 4 of them. But I don't necessarily think he's great anymore. He's definitely aged. Zamasu is I don't really like Zamasu. I don't know, that's really it. It's a personal opinion, 40% damage reduction, and all he has really is big bad bosses. It's not really the best, and he doesn't even have big bad bosses before he transforms. Unlike Exchange Boo, which does have some defense links. I guess this guy does have Cold Judgment. Maybe I should revisit him, but I don't know. I don't really like him. His leader skill is great though. That's the one thing that to know. Realm of Gods plus Extreme Class is it's super good. That's for sure. In Goku Black trash. I don't have him, so I will take him, but trash. That's all I have to say. In Janemba is pretty good. He's gonna be replaced-ish by a steer Janemba depending on what he does. But you know, this guy definitely is not a bad unit at all. Same with that Stereo Vegeta. He's really featured, and if you didn't rainbow him with the red stone yet, definitely would be nice picking him up. And there's two SRs. So we're gonna do the one multi, and that's gonna be it. I didn't want to make this video too long. There's not really much to explain about these banners. Overall, just skip. Don't summon. Like, look, you're gonna get Boo and Goku as an animation. Do you want that as an animation, or do you want to go for the 6th anniversary, get Zeno first multi and pull Vegeta, like UI Goku or something? Like, look at this garbage. Do you want garbage like this, or do you want like Blue Evolution Vegeta active skill explosion, final explosion or something? You know, skip these banners. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe if you enjoyed. I've been speaking very weirdly lately, and I will see you all in the next one.